class 2. From today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 4, starting and shutting down a computer. Starting and shutting down a computer. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter you will be able to know how to switch on a computer, how to shut down a computer. In this chapter you will learn how to switch on a computer and how to shut down a computer. Look at the pictures on page number 38. Warm up. Tick the pictures of things that need electricity to work. Look at the picture number 1. There you can see a watch. Does it need electricity to work? It doesn't need, so you put a cross. Next, number 2, you can see a bicycle. Does it need electricity to work? It doesn't need, you also cross that. Number 3, you see an iron. Iron needs electricity, you tick that. Number 4, you see a sharpener. Sharpener doesn't need electricity. And here number 5, you see a microwave. Microwave needs electricity, you take that. And number 6, scissors. A pair of scissors. Scissors does not need electricity to work, you cross that. Introduction. A computer is a machine that runs on electricity. Like other machines, say a television and a washing machine, it can be switched on and off. So a television and a washing machine can be switched on and off. Switching on a computer is known as starting a computer. So switching on a computer is known as starting a computer, and switching off a computer is called shutting down a computer. So switching on a computer is known as starting a computer, and switching off a computer is called shutting down a computer. Now, starting a computer. Before starting a computer, let us understand how a computer is connected. So before we start a computer, let us know how a computer is connected. In all desktop computers, there is a wire that comes out from the cabinet. There is a wire that comes out from the cabinet. This wire is connected to the electrical switchboard. So this wire is connected to the electrical switchboard. Now, you should know, sometimes the wire from the cabinet may be connected to the UPS. Sometimes the wire of the cabinet may be connected to the UPS. The full form of UPS is an uninterrupted power supply. The full form of UPS is uninterrupted power supply. Your UPS is used to give backup power when there is no electricity. So like an inverter, UPS also gives backup power when there is no electricity. It is useful in case of sudden power cut. So UPS is useful in case of sudden power cut. It has a power button. There in the picture you can see the UPS. You can see the UPS there. There you can see the UPS. So there UPS got the UPS power button. Here you can see the UPS power button. There you can see in figure 4.1 connection between the parts of a computer. Connection between the parts of a computer on page number 39. Now here you can see the main power button here. There the power button is connected to the UPS. And this cabinet or the CPU is connected to the UPS. And the wires are coming from the CPU, the wires of the keyboard, the wires of the mouse, and the wire of the monitor. This is the monitor, this is the keyboard, and this is the mouse. You can see the mouse, and here is the UPS, and this is the cabinet or the CPU or the brain of the computer. Now, the cabinet or CPU box has another power button. The cabinet or CPU box has another power button. the monitor also needs to be connected to the power supply or the UPS. The monitor also needs to be connected to the power supply or the UPS, uninterrupted power supply. It also has a power button. So the monitor also has a power button. To start the computer, switch on all the power buttons in the following order. You have to switch on all the power buttons in the following order. Now look at figure 4.2. There you can see the cabinet or CPU box. Center here you can see the power button of the CPU. First one is switch on the main power supply button. If the UPS is connected, switch on the UPS power button instead. So switch on the main power supply button. You have to switch on the main power supply button. If the UPS connected, switch on the UPS power button instead. Number 2, once this UPS is switch on the cabinet and CPU box power. So once the UPS is switch on the cabinet or CPU power button. Now number 3, finally switch on monitor power button. Then the computer takes some time to display the welcome screen or the login screen on figure 4.4. There on figure 4.4 you can see the login screen. During this time the computer cannot be used. It performs many steps that make it ready to use. So during this time when the login screen is being loaded, during this time the computer cannot be used. It performs many steps that make it ready for use. This process by which the computer gets ready for use is called booting. The process by which the computer gets ready for use is called booting. Now, the welcome screen indicates that the computer is ready to use. So the welcome screen indicates that the computer is ready to use. After logging in, the first screen that appears is called the desktop. After logging in, the first screen that appears is called the desktop. Number 1, the small pictures on the desktops are called icons. The small pictures on the desktop are called icons. There you can see the icons on the desktop. The small pictures that appears on the desktop are called icons. There you can see the icons. Number 2, the button present on the lower left corner of the desktop screen is called the start button. The button present on the lower left corner of the desktop screen is called the start button. Number 3, the long horizontal bar at the bottom of the screen is called the task bar. Here you can see the task bar here. Long horizontal line here. This is the task bar. Here this is the task bar. Here you can see the image of the desktop. Desktop is there, icon, start button, task bar. The main screen of the desktop. This is the main screen of the desktop. So today we will do till here.